Hey guys, welcome back to Hope with Jonathan, and I'm with my special co-host Jeff Brown. Welcome to another exciting episode of Hope with Jonathan. We're gonna have a great guest tonight, Alex Berrios from Louisville, Kentucky. We're gonna interview him tonight, and it's gonna be an amazing interview. I'm really hyped for this interview tonight. And Jeff, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Thank you very much for having me on board as a co-host, Jonathan. It's my pleasure, my honor.
Yeah. Jeff, man, I really appreciate you waking up early. I know you live 9 hours. You're 9 hours ahead of us out there in Abu Dhabi. So it's an amazing sacrifice for you. Really appreciate your dedication, and it's amazing, man.
You're welcome. It's well worth it. We have a very special guest, and Alex Berrios Jr.
Yes.
coming on today. I'm hyped. I'm excited. I'm all geeked up. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be electrifying.
Yes. Yes. So Alex was actually, from what I read on his story, he was born with one kidney, and that kidney ended up failing him, and he ended
Right.
up receiving a transplant. I don't know exactly when his transplant failed, but his transplant actually failed him, and he's currently on peritoneal dialysis, I believe, and he is searching
Correct.
for a kidney. Right now, he is in need of a kidney. He has a Facebook page, a kidney for Alex Berrios Jr. You can find that on Facebook. Also, his information is on the ticker down below that's scrolling across there. Guys, also, if you're tuning in to watch the show, please start a watch party and definitely share this. Don't be afraid of the share button. Click on it. It won't bite you, I promise. It's only going to help get the word out.
Be generous. By all
That's
means,
right.
be
That's
generous.
right.
Hit that share button.
Hey guys, I just want to give a quick plug out there to Save 1,000 Lives is actually interviewing Thelma Needs a Kidney. Thelma Warner, I interviewed her my last interview, and she's actually being interviewed right now, which is amazing. What Jeff, do you have any insight on that?
Well, I was trying to get her hooked up with as many shows as possible, and I got her connected with Nishanda Larimore, Lisa Baxter, Jared Brown for Warriors Quest. He's also got her booked, I believe, either on the 30th of December. He's on the broadcast right now watching. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shout out to my twin brother. So in doing so, Nishanda responded and said, "Well, someone canceled out on tonight's show, my Wednesday night show. Are you available tonight?" And Thelma, she was ready to do an interview right when we were chatting with her. She said, "All right, can we do our interview now?" And you had to tell her, "No, let's do it tomorrow." So she dropped what she was doing.
Yeah.
She said, "Let's do it."
Well,
All right.
I really think that's awesome.
The watch party, Jared.
Yeah, but let's start a watch party. Let's share, and let's go ahead and bring Alex on, guys. Please share this.
So, hit that share button. All right.
Hey, Alex, what's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you for the quite great introduction for me. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well.
That's great, man.
Yeah, I'm here to kind of like just share my story and have great conversation about anything and everything regarding kidney disease. So I'm here. You guys have questions or you want to know more, I'm here to share it.
So Alex is in Louisville, Kentucky. He's not originally from Louisville. He's from Connecticut, I believe. But
Yeah.
yeah. So you live in Louisville, where I'm from. That's my hometown tonight, and I'm actually repping I'm wearing a Louisville Cardinal football jersey to rep my hometown tonight.
Thank you.
So shout out to the Louisville Cardinals.
Yep.
I was a huge fan. So are you a fan as
And,
well?
I'm a huge
I'm
fan.
just, excuse me, Jonathan. Alex, do you have a set of earbuds? We're getting some noise interference
Yeah.
from something in the background.
I'm getting it as well. I don't
There you
have
go.
any.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting that same feedback. I don't have my wireless headphones or like, and my iPhone, unfortunately, like I don't have an iPhone adapter that would like connect, because it's like the iPhone like one doesn't connect to the bottom. It's like a USB one, so I don't have one. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find something. Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Right.
Okay?
So the proprietary earbuds for iPhone, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, iPhones and their proprietary things.
Exactly. I'm trying to see if I can find something else here. Give me a second.
So anyway, you're from Connecticut. What brought you to Kentucky, Alex?
So I after I graduated from college, I had the opportunity to take a year and kind of figure out. Okay, I have a college degree in liberal studies with a minor in psychology. So I graduated in 2004. After I graduated from college,
2004. All right.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, so I took a year and decided to do some traveling. And a friend of mine, when I was finishing up college, was like, "Hey, if you have any opportunity before you settle down with a family or stay back in Connecticut, travel." I said, "Okay, I'll travel." He's like, "You know what? Good place to travel? Travel to a national park." I was like, "Travel to a national park? Okay." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, go to the Grand Canyon or to Yellowstone?" And so like,
so that's an interesting suggestion to receive, inspiration.
right? Yeah. I kind of took the year, or I took the opportunity to look for work. I was at the time after I graduated, wasn't really looking for anything steady at the time. I was just looking for just any kind of employment, and the Grand Canyon had an opportunity for me to wait tables and have a chance to hike the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
So I basically picked up a place out in Arizona, in northern Arizona, and there's a place called Xanterra, and it's a concessionaire, and it's there where you can live on the grounds, and they pay you a living wage, and you wait tables, or you can work on you can work with the donkeys that go down to Phantom Ranch. You can work in the ice cream shop. There's lots of things you can do. Well, I got a job working waiting tables, and so I lived in a little dorm room with some fellow other coworkers for a year. Had the opportunity to loved hiking out there and visiting the Southwest, and didn't bring a vehicle with me, just kind of traveled out there. And it was there where I met a woman who's from Kentucky. So I fell in love with this woman from Kentucky. Came back to follow her after the year. Follow her back. She was out there as well, doing some ministry and doing some church stuff. And so I followed her back, and within 3 or 4 months of me moving to Kentucky is when my kidneys happened. Is when I found out, I thought I had the flu, and really ultimately what I had was my kidney failing. And
so in other words, it was soon after you met the woman of your dreams that your kidneys started failing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So we're not sure exactly what happened in the specifics of where if I got sick in Arizona, and me coming to Kentucky may have saved my life, because I got sick shortly after I came back to Kentucky. I had some symptoms while in Arizona that I dismissed, that I thought were just like a headache or the flu, when really that was probably, looking back at it now, it's been 15, 20, almost 15, 16 years now, 17 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was able to, looking back, I know that there were symptoms that I probably should have listened to back then. But, needless to say, I didn't think I thought it was fine. No, I was young. I was 26. Thought I had the rest of the world in front of me. It was invincible. And so I came back to. I moved to Kentucky. I took a leap and moved to Kentucky to live with this woman and kind of start a life with her. And proceeded to get sick even more, and then was in the hospital for about 3 days with him. I had just moved here. I just started the job, and had not quite had my insurance started yet, but got really sick. And so I went to the hospital with no insurance and had was vomiting, had all these symptoms, had a lot of swelling, high blood pressure, all symptoms that now I know are about kidney disease. And so,
okay.
And so, was there for 3 days. They ran a boatload of tests. I found out in that same hospital stay that I was only born with one kidney. I didn't know, up until that point. I thought I had to.
So interestingly enough, you didn't know you were born with one kidney until then.
Correct. That's correct. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so having that one, not being born with, finding out in an ultrasound, the tech's like, so we see one kidney, and they're like, where's your other kidney? I was like, I don't know, it should be there, and they weren't able to find it.
They were asking you, like maybe you had misplaced it somewhere, huh?
It was the case of the missing kidney, huh?
Right. Exactly. So yeah, so that was that, and then it was a rude awakening to just my health, and had to go on dialysis pretty quickly. It was around Easter of 2005 or 6. Starting to kind of get hazy now. 2006 is when I started hemodialysis, and did hemodialysis for about 18 months, I want to say, the first time around.
Okay.
And was lucky enough to get through having conversations with a lady I went to church with, if she'd be willing to donate, and she tested, and we matched pretty amazingly really well. We matched for I think the 6 of the 6 matching antigens, or the 6 tests of all, we matched on 5 of the 6. We were very close.
So that's really pretty close then.
It was very
amazing.
Close, yeah. And it was a non-related living donor, which is even cooler. It wasn't wasn't blood related. So
awesome.
Yeah. So we had that, and she, we went through that process, and was dealing with, like I said, it was new to Kentucky, new to this woman, still kind of, it's a lot of new things happening at that point in my life.
Right.
It was tough. It was definitely very challenging.
Right.
And I over these years, as I've kind of looked back at it, I've always known I wanted to kind of give back and be an advocate for people with kidney disease. And so to continue on with more of the story, so ultimately I got the transplant in June of 2007.
Okay.
And it lasted until July of this past year. After 13.
Right. So then. So total, so you received it in 2007.
Yep.
That, for all intents and purposes, that's a pretty long time. I mean, you have to be grateful that the kidney lasted that long.
Correct. I would say yes. I mean, to have had it 13 years, I definitely,
right.
A lot has happened. I mean, I became a father. I have 2 children. I'm in I've come a long way and matured a lot. I'm in a different headspace than where I was when I first got diagnosed, to say the least there. So,
and what I've come to really, really, truly respect about you, Alex, is after you received your kidney, in 2007 and onward, you didn't stop with just being thankful right there. You proceeded to be knee deep into kidney disease advocacy.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that's what I was just going into. Yeah. So after that first transplant, that kind of opened my eyes to a calling, to know that this disease needed to be out to the forefront, right? We needed to kind of make sure we bring it out to people who, to all populations of people, from white, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. But I think that really, as an Hispanic man, I feel like it needs to be brought up, because a lot of Hispanics, Latino men, and Latino population, the culture just doesn't really know a lot about diseases in general, but specifically kidney disease. And I think they just really, there's a cultural change. There needs to be a shift there. So if I can kind of show a population of folks, really everybody, that it's important to kind of bring this to the forefront and know that this is just as important of a disease as is cancer, as is lung disease, any of the other organ diseases that are out there as well. So I've been involved in volunteering with the National Kidney Foundation. I've been involved in doing research. I've been involved with talking with like the FDA about drug regimens, and helping understand about like why patients take medications the way they do. I've shared my story with some pharmaceutical companies and talked with people about like just the importance of being a kidney patient. Yes, I was a transplant patient for a while. Now I'm back on dialysis, but to still be able to kind of share my story and to say, hey, you can come out of this and still work, and you can still have a productive life. That is not that, being kidney failure doesn't equate a death sentence. That's the biggest thing.
Right. So, hats off to you, brother. I mean, not only are you affiliated with the National Kidney Foundation, several different noteworthy national kidney foundations, but you, and pardon me for using, military, jargon, but
sure,
you are still boots on the ground, involved. You go to dialysis centers and still are very much in touch with the dialysis patients one-on-one.
Yes. So what I'm doing now, so what I'm currently doing as a patient, I just finished a position, actually. I don't do it anymore as a profession. I was working for the University of Kentucky as a patient advocate, traveling to the different dialysis centers all over the region, like up like toward like Indiana, up toward Tennessee, down toward Tennessee. I'd go far west toward like Illinois, like, because Kentucky borders 7 states, so we can board. I would try to hit all the dialysis centers that I could on the east, west, south, north, direction I possibly could. Part of my job was to kind of go out and recruit and talk about the importance of transplant and help people understand what that meant. Right? Who you're going to talk to, what you're going to do. Just to give people ease and give the patients and their caregivers know that like this is what they're going to be going through when they deal with. If they want to get a transplant, this is what they're going to have to go through. As somebody who lived it and has been through it, I'm able to kind of share my insight. I'm not clinical. I'm not a doctor, a social worker, a nurse. I'm a patient first. And so I did that for almost 2 years. I now actually have a brand new job. I've been in it for about a month, working for a healthcare position, a healthcare tech company out of San Francisco called Cricket Health. And what they basically do is work in the earlier stages of kidney disease with patients who have insurance out west in California and in Texas. And basically I help enroll patients into our program where if, say, Jonathan, you are in kidney failure and you've seen a nephrologist and you have Cigna insurance, Cigna will be like, oh, we can tag you and say, Jonathan, you might be good for this program with Cricket. I would then call Jonathan and be like, on behalf of Cigna and Cricket, I'm here to help you enroll in this program where we'll provide for you a social worker, a dietitian, a mentor, and a nurse practitioner, in addition to the nephrologist you're already seeing locally. But we're just here as an added benefit. And so what I do is I help enroll patients in this program with Cricket Health. And it's so far I've been at it about a month. It's a good job. I really, really enjoy it. People are great. The culture is great. Folks are just really focused.
So Alex, I got a question for you, because you live in Louisville, and everybody knows that the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky are like one of the largest rivals in college basketball, college football, But so what, you live in Louisville, so what made you choose to go to the University of Kentucky Healthcare? Can you enlighten us a little bit on that one?
So yeah, I kind of led to it earlier in the conversation. So I used to work for them. I had the opportunity to work for. So I lived in Louisville, and the University of Kentucky has satellite offices in Louisville, and so I was able to, and just kind of my networking, meet with people in Lexington about, hey, I'm a patient, I'm a transplant patient, but I would love to be able to help it with your center. And I actually asked the Louisville hospital when I first got my transplant, and they didn't have any paid positions available. And so, in talking with UK, they were able to work with me and create a position with help from somebody else. The position had already been created, so it was already kind of built in. But I was able to talk with that person, and I networked and was able to get the job that way.
So you're currently on peritoneal dialysis. And for those of you that are watching that may not know, that's through a tube in your abdomen. And do you do the manual exchanges and sleep on the machine at night, or how do you do your PD and hold a full-time job as well?
So right now I'm doing a cycler. Matter of fact, I don't know if I can show this on here. Let's see if I can show it this way. So there's my cycler right over here. If you all can see it.
Okay.
So I do a cycler at night, and then if I need to compensate some more, if I miss the treatment or if I'm feeling I have too much fluid on, I can do a manual exchange as well.
Okay. All right. So it's called a cycler because you go through 5 or 6 cycles within a certain hour period.
Exactly. So I'll do for my prescription. Everybody's different. My prescription is 4 cycles. So I start off.
Okay.
I'll turn on the machine, and throughout the course from the day, and they'll drain whatever's in me, whatever fluid I've had in. They'll measure out like so many mLs of fluid off of me, and then they'll fill me up for 2,500 milligrams of a dialysate fluid. It'll stay in me. It'll dwell in my stomach for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then it'll drain again. And it'll do that 4 times automatically. So I sleep through while that's happening, or at least I attempt to sleep. It can be challenging at times. It can be a loud machine, and it's hard to sleep sometimes. But
so, Alex, you said before that you have a family and you have children. How old are your children right now?
So I have a 9-year-old daughter. So I've been married. So to give you a little backstory, the woman I met from Kentucky, I met her. We were married for 9 years, and then we divorced about 4 or 5 years ago. So I have a daughter with her ex-wife. My daughter's name is Abigail. She's 9. And then I have a 5-year-old son with my partner who I'm with now, my girlfriend right now.
Okay.
So yep.
And so you're currently listed at UK Healthcare, and Alex has a kidney page, a kidney for Alex Berrios, and information's down below, down scrolling on the bottom of the screen. If anyone is interested in becoming Alex's donor. Alex, if you had a chance to advocate for yourself and speak to the person that possibly could be your donor, what would you say to that person?
Gosh, that's putting me on the spot. As often as all the work I do with my advocacy, it's kind of humbling. Again, if anybody's out there willing to test for me and at least just give it a shot, I'd be forever grateful, and I would pass it on tenfold. And I would love to be able to kind of share our stories together again and have this opportunity. Please just consider it. Please look at your options. If you can't test, and people, just keep on passing that page down and sharing it, linking it, and feel free to test it. If you want to test, call the number on the bottom of that screen. And call UK Healthcare and just tell them you're interested in testing for me. I would really appreciate it. Get me and my family back to some normalcy.
It's not an easy thing to do, Alex. You're a strong, really great advocate for other people. It's not an easy thing to come out and advocate for yourself, is it?
Yeah, it's challenging. It is challenging.
One of the things I've noticed is it has to be through your years of experience and networking, but you have a really strong support base. We've only my video came in and out. We've only had your page up and running for less than a week, right? And only a few posts have been uploaded, but each post has been shared. I mean, multiple times. You have a really strong support base.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I'm very humble. I feel like, I like to, I share my story wherever I can. I've been told I'm called Mr. Kidney. My girlfriend calls me Mr. Kidney. And so, like, I'm very, I'm willing to talk about anybody and everybody. And sometimes she's like, anytime we're in a social setting before COVID, she would roll her eyes at me. She's like, oh, there goes Alex telling his story again. Because, and this was before I was even in failure. Before, like, just because I feel like as an advocate outside of even when I was transplanted, I want to share the knowledge of, like, the importance of bringing kidney disease and awareness and transplant to anybody. Now that I'm back on dialysis, I still bring it up even more, because, for myself. But, I'm humble about it. But, I always like to connect people. I mean, my biggest thing is I like to bring resources and ideas and things to other people. So, for example, like if there's any academic institutions that need help with, outreach or marketing for support group for people, I have resources out at UCLA, or there's people, with Explore Transplant. So I know a lot of different people and different avenues, and I just keep that circle going.
So, Alex, I can definitely, empathize with you on that, because, after what happened with me, there was no way I could crawl in a hole, and not tell my story. And so I tell my story everywhere. I don't care if it gets on people's nerves or not. I go ahead and tell them. And my wife probably looks at me the same way and says, "There he goes again." But yeah, I tell my story everywhere I go, and I bring it up. And in some part of the conversation, kidney or kidney disease or type 2 diabetes or hypertension or something about that is going to come up in conversation. I also wear a Donate Life bracelet that is kind of a conversation starter. So, beforehand, before kidney failure, I never talked about these things, but it took like kidney failure to bring this part out of me. And, now I'm such an advocate for organ donation and, kidney disease education and type 2 diabetes, hypertension education, and all of this stuff. And it's all new to me, man. But, I've got the spirit of the advocate, within me. I'm involved in something every day. So I can definitely, sympathize.
Proud of you, man. Keep it up, dude. Don't. I'm on board with you. I mean, like, I'm gonna walk hand in hand with you and hand in hand with you with this, because what you're doing is phenomenal. Keep it up, because I think it's great that you're doing what you're doing, what I do, and I think we power in numbers. Like, if we can continue to bring this message across, and any
for sure, for sure.
There's no shame in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Raise the roof, climb up to the rooftop.
You got it, man.
And act like, shout it from the top of your lungs till you don't stop.
Exactly.
So, Alex, I got a question. What other ways are you advocating for yourself to get a kidney? Are you wearing T-shirts? Do you have like a sticker on your car, or are you putting up flyers, or just basically using social media?
Right now, I'm using social media. I'm actually, you all, since you all kind of came to me and were like, "Hey, we want to help create this page and help manage it," like, you all kind of had me kind of starting to think of different ideas. I also am working with another organization called the IgA Nephropathy Association of America. That's the design.
Okay. We lost audio on Alex.
He's good.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
He's back. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I saw. So this foundation called the IgA Nephropathy Foundation of America. is a great organization, grassroots organization out of New Jersey, and I've been working with them, helping kind of. I've been on their strategic planning since like April last year or April this year.
Okay. All right.
Ideas. So anyway, their marketing team, when they found out my kidney was failing, they were like, "Hey, we want to help you get a kidney." So they created that website that I posted from Spark, that Adobe page. So this
Right.
wonderful lady, Gisela, had created that page.
Yeah, it's a top quality. It's a top quality page. I like it.
She did a good job. Yeah, she did really awesome. So those are pictures of my family, obviously, and all that stuff. So that's what she's been doing. So that's all I've done so far, between what you all have done lately with what you guys have promoted on Facebook, what's on Twitter, what's on LinkedIn, what they've been doing. I've been posting, but I'm looking to want to do some buttons or maybe a T-shirt or a car decal. We'll have to see. My PRA right now for my desensitization is I'm at 78, so I'm not like super high.
Wow. Okay. So your panel reactive antibody rate is 78.
Correct. Yes.
That's pretty high. Have you is this due to surgeries that you've had, blood transfusions?
You're telling me because of the first transplant, and I'm a preemie, or I was born a preemie. I was really born really young. I was born like 1 pound 3 ounces. So I did have blood transfusion when I was a baby, like really at birth. I had a lot of health issues when I was a baby, but as a young adult and in teenager and a young adult, I was fine up until the kidney disease. But yeah, so I have a high PRA of 78. So it's like I'm highly desensitized. I'm not like completely. I'm at
right.
9.
Exactly. You're high, but you're not too high. And for those of you who are not familiar with panel reactive antibody, right? And we're all sports fans here, so this is how I kind of used an analogy. Is that a PRA rate kind of gives a defensive rate, right? And so you're up against a defense that's basically rated 78. You can match with the general public, and you have a chance of your video keeps coming in and out, Alex.
Yeah, Alex is having some technical difficulties. We apologize for that. Go ahead, Jeff. Continue.
So anyway, that means he has
Any better?
that means
yeah,
that the defense is going to be up against him with a 78% chance of winning. Now, and that's with the general public, that sort of percentage.
Let's see here for a second.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to text him.
Yeah, his website has been listed by you, Jonathan, for those to read. My twin brother Jared also listed information. Thanks for listing that, Jared, on how to order a T-shirt, Alex.
Okay.
Jared, my twin brother, has listed information on how to order a T-shirt, up to 5 free T-shirts to advertise your kidney needs.
The name of the company is Design a Shirt. It's all one word. They're on Facebook. It's called Design a Shirt. Okay. And I can send you a message later about the information, but they'll actually print you up to five shirts for free, just because you're advocating for a kidney. So if you tell them, I need a kidney, and explain to your situation, they will send you some shirts.
That's awesome. Good to know. Thank you very much. I'll think of that. Yeah.
No, not a problem. Yeah.
Right, and you can choose whichever photo you want to go on that shirt, be it a logo that you see for yourself that I created, or or a post that I created, or whatever photo that you want on that shirt.
Okay.
So, Alex, is there anything that you would like to add to this broadcast, or is there anybody out there that you would want to say maybe a shout out to or hello to?
Yes, to my family and my kids and just everybody. Back. I have family all over. I have family in London, England, family in Atlanta, family in I have family in Connecticut, in New York State, New York City. So all my family, everybody, I love you all. During these tough times with COVID, it's pretty challenging. Obviously, we can't see each other in person, but know that I love you all, and I appreciate all your support as we're going to go into this journey with me trying to get a new kidney. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Great, thanks.
Alex.
That's a touching statement there. Thanks for saying that. You should certainly have family all over the United States.
What's that?
I said you certainly have family all over the place.
I do, yeah.
So, Alex, I just want to tell you the name of the show is Hope with Jonathan.
Yeah.
And, my main goal is to get your story out, but to also, encourage you and, give you hope. And, I faced kidney disease myself and did hemodialysis, and I did hemodialysis at home as well for a little bit. And then I was transplanted in August. And I just want to let you know, man, that we're in your corner and we're believing for you. We're believing for positive things. And we're going to keep advocating for you, keep pushing, and keep, posting and sharing your page, man, and just, believing for great things. Hopefully someone will step forward and want to be your living donor. Did they tell you how long that you'll be possibly waiting on the list?
In Kentucky, for a living donor, it is, for a deceased donor, it's generally from like 3 to 5 years for a deceased donor.
3 to 5 years, yeah.
3 to 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, for a deceased.
And
obviously,
for those of you watching, there's a program called the Paired Exchange Program, which is great for incompatible blood types. Alex is a B, which means he can accept an O kidney as well. But, if you were another blood type and you were still interested in being Alex's donor, there's a paired exchange program that would definitely be beneficial. It's beneficial for incompatible blood types, where they would actually take your kidney and swap it with another one in the system, and they can Alex would get a kidney from that, and someone else would get a kidney by being a donor, which is an amazing program. Alex, you know all about the paired exchange.
I do.
I'm sure the University of Kentucky uses that program as well.
Yep, they do.
Right, and so for those people who may be watching and wondering, so what if I'm blood type B minus or B plus or O negative or O positive? Does it matter?
Right.
And the answer to that would be the Rh factor in kidney donation does not matter, and that's the reason why we list blood type B or O without the negative or the positive.
Yeah, and that's true. So it doesn't matter negative, positive, as long as either the same blood type or a B or an O. And then again, there's the paired exchange program, which is an amazing. Alex, I really appreciate you coming on, brother.
Hit the share button. Let's disseminate this message all over Facebook.
Hit that share.
I hope that your thumbs and your fingers are getting numb by now by hitting that share button.
Right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah. Alex, man, I really appreciate your story, brother. I appreciate your dedication to advocacy. And, good luck, man, and God bless. We're going to, like I said, continue to share for you. I really appreciate you coming on and doing Hope with Jonathan, along with my co-host, Jeff, all the way from Abu Dhabi. He's in a whole nother end of the earth, which is an amazing sign of his dedication to kidney advocacy. We really appreciate him. And again, this was another episode of Hope with Jonathan. Please share this, get the word out. A kidney for Alex Berrios Jr. is on Facebook, and his information is scrolling below. He's listed. He lives in Louisville, Kentucky, but he's listed at UK Healthcare, which is in Lexington, Kentucky. His phone number is down there. Alex, do you happen to know the name of your transplant coordinator?
Yeah, her name is Allison Hinton.
Allison Hinton.
Hinton, Hinton.
Okay, Hinton. Okay, you guys, you heard it from Alex. You can reach out to that phone number down below. UK Healthcare. Allison Hinton is the transplant coordinator for Alex Berrios Jr. Again, Alex, it was an honor to have you on Hope with Jonathan.
I enjoyed it very much. Look forward to future conversations, and let's keep the faith. We got this.
All right, bro.
That's all right. Let's get busy. Call the phone number down below, y'all. Do the extraordinary. Be a kidney donor for Alex.
That's right. And also, no matter what information you've ever heard before, or if you're concerned about it, you can live a perfectly good life with one kidney. If you do decide to be a donor, there's a lot of information that you can find out about becoming a donor, and you definitely can live a perfectly healthy life with one kidney.
That's what's up.
Yep.
It's very true.
Well, guys,
Our bodies
I guess this is
were divinely created and designed with a spare kidney.
That's it. Again, I appreciate you, Alex. I appreciate you, Jeff. These are going to be our goodbyes and shout outs. God bless America. And everybody just share. And you can find Alex again on Facebook, A Kidney for Alex Berrios Jr. Again, this is another episode with Hope with Jonathan. Alex, we'll be talking with you, buddy. You have a good night, brother.
God bless you, Alex.
All right. God bless.
Thanks very much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.